I, Af, son of Jehovih, high dwelling in the Etherian worlds, and much trained in the change and tumult of corporeal worlds, answered Jehovih, saying, Father of worlds, Jehovih, Almighty, your son and servant has heard your voice. Behold, my head is bowed, my knee bent to rush forth with the force of 1,000,000,000, to the suffering earth and her lowest heaven of atmosphere known as hell, or Hada. Hear me, Af, O angels of the earth's heaven, from Jehovah's everlasting kingdoms I speak, and by his power reveal. Again, Jehovah's, his voice coursed the high heavens along where angels dwell, older than the earth. Jehovah said, Hear me, Jehovah, O chieftains, of, Or, and Avod, and in the plains of Gibrathatova. Proclaim my word to your hosts of swift messengers from Waukewak, the Leviathan, and Dor, and they shall speed it abroad in the Aegean mounds of Mentabro and Drax of Go. Hear my, your Jehovah's, voice, O goddesses of Ha-Tavi, and of Vavionarum in the Etherian arcs of Faz and Lagi, and Amaza. Proclaim my decrees of the red star, earth, and her heavens. In the crash of her rebellious sides, I will harvest in the forests of Seth and rain. Hear my, your Jehovah's, voice, O Minkensits, of millions of years is standing, and managers of corporeal worlds. I have proclaimed, at one extreme, the the spiriting away into the unseen, and, at the other, the hiss, the drawing toward the scene, of the red star, earth, in her pride and glory. Send word abroad in the highway of Plumgo to the great high gods, Miantuf in the Etherian vortices of Bane, and to Rome, Neshatoza, and Duji. Hear me, your Jehovah, O you Orient kings and queens of billions of gods and goddesses. I have spoken in the Kvorkum, in the Etherian roadway, which is the galactic orbit, of the great serpent, known by mortals as the solar system, of the sun. A wave of my breath speeds forth in the broad firmament. The red star, the earth, flies toward the point of my sharpened sword. Proclaim my, your Jehovah's, voice in the Orion fields of Amal and Wawa. Let the clear-tongued shepherds of Zuyas, Berg, Gob, and Umferiana, fly with all speed in the road of Exyaya, where the red stars, where the earth's vortex first gathered up its nebulae, millions of years ago. And on the way, say, Jehovah has decreed a pruning knife to a traveling world. Shouted, the decree of Jehovah, abroad in the crystal heavens of the summering lords of Wak, Gai, Ngo, and Utwa. Call them, these lords, to the red star, to the earth, speeding forth. Lo, she, the earth, skips like a lamb to be shorn. Her coming Shakla is slumbering low. So, let them, these summering lords, carry the sound of my voice to the giant swamps of exploded worlds, boiling in the roar of elements, where wise angels and gods explore to find the mystery of my handiwork. Tell them, these wise angels and gods, that, I, Jehovah, have spoken, the earth and her heavens draw near the troughs, in the Etherian seas of my rich-yielding worlds. I will scoop her up like a toy, and her vortex shall close about like a serpent hungry for its prey. Proclaim it, the decree of Jehovah, in Thessa, Cow, and Tinwakwak, and send them, individuals from thence, to Gitchapham of Janik and Dun. Hear me, your Jehovah, O Chryselmith Shuldak, who have witnessed the creation of many worlds and their going out. Open your gardens and your mansions. The seine, the extended fishing net, of my fishing pole is stretched. Countless millions of drudge and fiedels will fall into my net. My voice has gone forth in Kemgo, Lu, and Abroth, Utavi, and cuts of Maz in the white Etherian fields of Verdokski. Haleb has heard me, his Jehovah, Borg, Ham, Zai, and Luth, of the Orion homestead, and Chor, where the central tones of music emanate, from goddesses older than the corporeal worlds. To them the crash of worlds is like a note created, and is rich in stirring the memory with things long past. I, Jehovah, have spoken, and my breath is a floating world. My speech is written in the lines, in the roots, where countless millions of suns and stars travel, and in the midst of the etherean firmament of the homes of gods. So, let them, my various modes of communication, shout to the ends of the universe, and invite them, my upraised sons and daughters, in my name, to the hidden, to the greatest light of Adanha, of Mokbiangcho. Send swift messengers to the regions around the location of the great serpent, with the words of my decree. Bring the lords and gods of Wan, Ana, Anakaran, and Sith. Call up Gad, Adanya, Adisai, Anesi, and the hosts of the upraised, for the pastime of Jehovah's sons and daughters in the high heavens draws near.